I made a commitment. I'm gonna try every single gun in the finals, and you all asked for the light class. I react this way because this is by far the hardest role in the game, but I'm gonna do it for you though, for us, because we in this shit together, like it or not. So this one's gonna be a lot more raw. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm a light main so you can get a true feeling of what it's like picking up this class with little to no experience. This can serve as a light beginner's guide to light for beginners. Just like last time, I'm gonna be rating each gun on the big money meter and seeing how much dough we banking on. I'm looking to start a bakery because I know we got some bangers in the cut. Like it says in the title, we're gonna break the light arsenal in half. There's just too much to jam into one video. Enough blabbing, let's bang. First up, the light class shot. We started with the shotgun in the medium edition, so in sticking with the formula, let's take a look at the SH1900. That's just a fancy name for a sawn-off shotty with a rich history of aiding bank robbers and moonshiners. This little package is a real challenge to play, but it rewards you for creativity and rocking a pair of big ol' balls. You don't have any range on this baddie, so it's about using your mobility and agility with cover to the fullest extent. It leans heavily into the role of a backdoor light where your goal is to sneak in for a pick and disappear into a puff of smoke. Which is like totally cool and super easy to do if you're a light main with thousands of hours. For everyone else, it's a trial by fire. Roll the tape. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Jump through the window, that's nice. Okay, we missed a shot there, but got the kill. Almost stepped on a mine, didn't get chased. Jumped through the gas, low on health, still gonna chase, and I get clapped. I'll give it a solid 2 out of 10. Okay, hesitating on the window. Still gonna jump out, right in front of 2 heavies, in their face. Juke out, okay, that was a good move. Get the kill. Now trying to haul ass. Get stuck on the window. Probably could have gotten away there. Close one. This gun teaches you the rhythm of weaving in and out of battle and how to be unpredictable. Full honesty, I haven't mastered it yet, but this was incredible movement training for the light class. It fully denies you from fighting at range. The concept is actually brilliantly simple. You have 2 shots that do absurd damage. You either hit them or you don't. You either know how to maneuver in and out or you get caught. You either secure the kill or you don't. Either way, you only get 1 shot at it. Well, 2 if we're being literal. It dictates your value to the team and your likelihood of winning. This means that for performance and handling, it's a little bit tricky. If you can handle the gun, then you can perform, but the gun is hardish to handle, which means if you can't handle it, your performance will tank. It's more game sense handling than mechanical handling. If you land both shots and don't secure a kill or have an escape route, it's worse than if you just land 1 shot, 1 kill, and escape. So a fair rating on my inequitable ranking would probably spit it out at just over 6 Gs. In my book, shotguns are cool and they're fun, especially when they're sawn off and that recoil shakes your whole table through the screen. However, it is sometimes a buzzkill when you can't get close and get killed. I know it's a skill issue, but that doesn't discount the fact that that will be the experience of someone picking up this gun for the first time. All things considered, that's still gonna be a solid $8,100 for me. You just gotta earn the fun. Considering the viability in a competitive setting, I think it's worth $2,190, which I consider to be pretty high for how hard it is to maximize value for the team with this gun. That puts our first total at $16,480. Up next is an old acquaintance. The sword was the first weapon I learned on light and helped me get to my first 100 subs, so I owe it a debt of gratitude. By the way, quick plug, new goal is 500. Back to the sword. I was repaid doubly in this run, because it gave me a hell of a time swashbuckling around the arena. To be fair though, I already have a learner's license under my belt with this sticky pokey. This playstyle is definitely unlike most other weapons and trains you to think far beyond the boundaries of normal movement. Just by playing it, you instinctively pick up on behavioral patterns that gun users usually fall into in the way that they shoot, reload, and position. And recognizing those behaviors allows you to creatively bait them and snake them, or die trying. Yes, a lot of that, especially before graduating from Sword Ed and getting your full swinging license. If you're gonna go try it for the first time, don't even worry about all that. You just learn through playing it. But for the technical side, it's a left click for a quick hit and a hold and release on right click for a charged up lunge. And a shout out to your father Aeedee865 for mentioning that if you dash at the same time you lunge, you'll get a super dash, which gives you more distance. You can even add some jumps and slide to maximize the momentum. I'm not here to do an in-depth guide with emote animation canceling and all that jazz. There are some seriously good players out there with much better guides on the sword than me. That's not what I'm here for. I just poke and pray. You can check out people like Vayne and Idorian for a proper sword guide and some real action. Let's get back to business. For performance and handling, I think it gets a fair 6660. The combination of a melee weapon with a small health bar inherently makes it a bit more of a challenge to handle. It's without a doubt fun and super cool and unique in a first-person shooter. I'm giving it an $11,111 because the ones look like swords. Why else? Then for competitive viability, I think that there's a lot of room for it until you hit a solo queue ceiling. For that, I give it $4,200. Total adds up to $21,971. This one felt good in the hands and it was pretty easy to pick up. I hadn't quite figured out movement on Light, so it was a bit punishing early on, but I eventually figured out how to dash out of crosshairs and mess with people's rhythms. First impressions though, what a workout for my index finger. It shoots as fast as you click, and that actually made it really fun. In that way, it differentiates itself from the other guns. It also just absolutely melts people if you hit your shots. You can take down a heavy in about a second if you're on fire with it. Like the revolver for the middle class, I find that I aim more from feel than from the iron sights, which becomes a little hard to use precisely in the heat of a fight. It really makes you feel like an assassin with full precise control over your weapon as you decide whether to spam or shoot sparingly, aiming each shot to maximize your damage. This gun has a really good balance of each bullet doing insane damage, especially for headshots, but also not making it super easy to hit shots the farther away your targets are. It has a generous mag size of 20, which feels like it gives you the chance to dump your whole mag in a fight without being oppressive or feeling like you're always a few bullets shy of finishing your targets. Yeah, it's just another example of brilliant gun design. It fits so many different playstyles of the Light class. Though as you may have noticed, I get punished a lot for focusing on securing one kill instead of positioning better and utilizing my dash more efficiently. I definitely fall into the tunnel vision trap. This feels like the gun that best captures my mental image of the Light role in this game. A quick and agile but fragile assassin that roams around with a small light touch silent pistol packing some serious heat. This thing handles and performs like an AMG. It's smooth and easy to drive, but pulls like a V8 when you floor it. Just absolutely bites. The V9S gets a finger fatigue number shy of 10 Gs. Funness and coolness rides in at a silent 9,499. Again, slipping in right under a perfect score. This gun is built for the competitive environment. It's built with purpose and rewards sharp decision making. $49.99. A total pew pew of 24,197. Damn, that's a high bar. Let's see what's coming next. The M11. The Mac 11 is a spray and pray classic. This is a quintessential SMG, often confused with the Uzi, but same. Their job is to shoot blazing fast. It's the hot rod equivalent of a gun, and the rate of fire makes this gun so gratifying to do damage. It feels like it's got a mind of its own, and I just close my eyes and pray when I fire. M11 will do the rest. The impression it gives is that it's uncontrolled and untamable, but actually it's quite the opposite. It's definitely high up on the satisfaction meter of guns to shoot because of how aggressively fast it pelts people. Granted, it's not the most damaged optimized gun in the light class, but you can still deal major pain if your tracking is on point. Think of this as the equivalent of the AKM for the light class. It's iron sights with a bigger magazine than the other full auto SMG, with the trade-off of damage. It's also pretty easy to use. You can be quite bad and still get decent value playing this gun. I'd say good value for the team involves staying alive, and this gun will allow you to do damage from safer positions. My one main takeaway from this gun is that you will almost never win face-to-face confrontations unless you have a major advantage. It just takes too long to kill unless you sink every one of your shots into their stupid faces. It's really intended for mid to close range chaotic combat. It's not a long range gun, but it can put people in check with some pot shots. That's not how you're supposed to play light anyways. I'd say this gun gives you a lot of room for error, and the versatility allows for freedom to explore many different ways to engage a fight besides head on. It has decent range, it's fast, and it reloads in a blink and a half. So yeah, pretty good skill buffer. So, in regards to performance and handling, it's looking pretty solid at $11 under max value. The fun and cool factor is not too bad either, eh? Maybe not the most unique gun, but it has a distinct, rabid quality to it. I give it a wild 9,011. Competitive viability ain't no thing, meaning this gun is a viable candidate. 5,000 and, you guessed it, 11. Major ka-ching at 24,011. Let's take a look at the sniper rifle, the SR-84. It's a controversial gun, because on the surface, it appears to be a gun that encourages people to play away from their team and far away from the objective. I think most people dread the light sniper teammate who is never with the team being a man down almost every fight. Personally, I think it's a skill issue. It definitely doesn't need to be played that way, although playing it in the mid to close range requires god tier positional awareness and movement. Oddly enough, you'll see that I use this like a shotgun more than a scoped rifle. I know it's a straightforward gun, but it took me dumb long to figure out how to leverage it, and I still haven't fully figured it out. Theoretically, it's 100% accuracy on the crosshair with no bullet drop when you're scoped in, and when you're hip firing, it's a semi-accurate zone around the crosshair. I understand how it works, but somehow it just didn't really translate into practice. I mean, just take a look at these two back-to-back kills. This first one makes me look like a one-eyed dog chasing a penguin. Now this second clap was a clean-cut execution on the biggest health bar in the game. Someone tell me what's wrong with my brain. My aim isn't bad, but there's a feel, timing, and technique to aiming with the scope, and quick scoping that eludes me. I think I relied on my crutch of movement and game awareness to do work. That's just a band-aid, not a solution, which made me a bit of a burden for my team if I'm being fully honest. But for them, the saving grace is that I didn't perch high above, far away from the action, and miss all my shots. I missed all my shots standing right next to them. You know, I was there for close range moral support. We all gotta learn to take wins where we can get them. Lesson being, this gun isn't as easy as it is straightforward. It's a very different playstyle than most guns and requires some practice to find the right way of approaching fights with it. So, in regards to overall performance and handling, I think the difficulty of truly utilizing it puts it at a $5,500, which feels balanced to me because it can be oppressive when it's in the hands of a sniper main. I find it to be average in coolness and has great potential to be fun to use, but it's not that unique and works the way that you think a basic sniper works. I'll cash it in at 6 Gs. I truly don't recall ever seeing the sniper rifle in rank, but I can see the potential in the hands of the cream of the crop. Doesn't make it fully viable though, so I think that puts it at 2,999. Total rings up to 14.5 bands. Not gonna lie, I had pretty mixed feelings going into this. The light class takes a lot of brain power and persistence, doubly so for beginners. But sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and grind it out. It ended up being a lot more fun than I thought, but I also recognize even more what a burden a bad light player can be for the team. So my advice for people picking up the light class for the first time, don't tunnel vision and play your own game while ignoring the whole team. It's easier to play around and with your teammates than to try to solo carry. You're not him. Well, some of you are, but you're probably not watching this video. You're probably out there solo carrying rank. I digress. Let's tally up what we have so far for the big money meter. And in the lead, we have the V9S, followed by the M11, the sword, the sawn-off shotgun, and the sniper rifle. Still left are the throwing knives, the dagger, 93R, XP54, and the LH1. What a mouthful. We're still only halfway through. I think it's going to be another crazy week for me. I've been looking forward to the LH1. It looks crazy strong with a lot of versatility. But can I do work with it? That's the real question. Throwing knives, I'm sold. Dagger, yo, it's about to get crazy. Stay tuned, I'll try to drop as soon as I can. For now, appreciate all the support and watching these dumbass videos.
A bit of virtual catastrophe for the shock and awe.